I change my brake fluid. The overlooked maintenance that can save your brake system and your safety. When was the last time you thought about your brake fluid? If you're like most drivers, the answer is probably you've never thought about your brake fluid. And while it's not talked about as oil changes or tire rotations, brake fluid is one of the most critical safety fluids in your vehicle. When ignored, it leads to hidden damage, reduced brake power, and costly repairs. So let's walk through everything you need to know about brake fluid, what it does, why it wears out, when to replace it, and how a simple flush can keep you safe on the road. And the funny part is people like California started calling, fluid exchanges, flushes, a wallet flush. I find that really humorous. Why is it okay to change the oil, but it's not okay to change the rest of your fluids? If it's not, if you shouldn't change the rest of your fluids, then why should you change your oil? What makes all the other fluids magic that never needs to be replaced? What makes it to where they don't break down? What makes it to where they don't become hydroscopic? What makes it to where they don't the particles don't break down upon usage? I mean, all other fluids are magic except oil. Oil needs to be changed? No. Why change your oil if you're not going to change the rest of your fluids? Brake fluid included, transmission, power steering fluid if you've got it. Your front differential, rear differential, transfer case. Why not flush the injectors? Why not replace the coolant? Why not replace your shocks and your struts? Why not maintain your vehicle like it's supposed to be maintained instead of maintaining it to where it doesn't last as long as it's supposed to, like the manufacturers want you to do? Brake fluid is a hydraulic fluid. When you step on the brake pedal, the force you apply gets transferred via the brake fluid to the calipers or wheel cylinders on each wheel, slowing your vehicle down. Clean brake fluid maintains consistent stopping power, ensures proper function of anti-lock brake and traction control systems, prevents internal corrosion in brake lines and components, performs reliably under high temperatures and heavy loads. Brake fluid only works as intended when it's clean, clear, and uncontaminated. So why does brake fluid degrade over time? Brake fluid is hydroscopic, meaning it naturally absorbs moisture from the atmosphere, even when inside a sealed system. Over time, it leads to lower boiling points, which can cause brake fade during heavy use, rust and corrosion inside brake lines and ABS modules. It really takes away from the rubber seals and the braking components, sludge formation, and inconsistent braking performance. This process happens silently, slowly. Most drivers won't feel the effects until it's already causing damage. So how often should you change your brake fluid? Most vehicle manufacturers recommend brake fluid every 2 years or every 30,000 miles. However, the ideal interval may vary depending on driving habits, frequent braking, towing, mountainous terrain, vehicle age, system type, ABS, electronic brake distribution, local climate and humidity, whether the fluid has been tested or inspected recently. The best approach, have your brake fluid attested during every major brake inspection, which literally should be every time you get your oil changed. Signs you may need a brake fluid flush. Your brake fluid issues rarely trigger a dashboard light. Instead, you'll need to watch out for these warning signs. Soft or spongy brake pedal sinks or feels unstable during braking, brake response is delayed or inconsistent, ABS warning light is on, brake fluid is in the reservoir is dark, murky, or black. It's been over 2 years since your last brake fluid service and or over 30,000 miles. So don't wait to feel all of that stuff. Just do it by time and mileage every 30,000 miles. every 2 years, every 30,000 miles. So a proper brake fluid flush, we're definitely going to flush the old fluid from all of the brake lines and components, refilling with fresh vehicle-specific DOT fluid, as Department of Transportation fluid, bleeding the brake system to remove air and restore pressure, confirming proper pedal response and safe system operation. The process requires specialized tools and experience, especially for modern vehicles equipped with ABS and electronic brake distribution. And if you do skip it, rust and internal corrosion, brake lines, and the master cylinders and the anti-lock brake system. The anti-lock brake system costs as much as a motor does in some instances. Get real. Sticky or seized calipers, loss of braking pressure during emergencies or downhill braking, costly system-wide repairs. A brake fluid flush is one of the most affordable, high-impact services for long-term vehicle reliable. Don't wait for a problem you can't stop. If you can't stop, think about this. What's in front of you can be in the seat with you, or what's in front of you can stay in front of you because you were able to brake properly. Maintain your car. Whatever you do, maintain your car. Take care of your car so it takes care of you. It's funny that we went from cars not lasting or working very long, very well, back in the carburetor days and the points and condenser and the chokes in the carburetor system, and the cars needed to be in the shop all the time. Where now the manufacturers have almost convinced us that the cars don't need to be in the shops, but they do. They need to come in and they need to be maintained, or they're coming in for big repairs. And when we're talking about something like your brakes, we don't need what's in front of us in the seat with us. Stay safe, stay strong, and maintain your car.